Hello and welcome back to the Mid-Century Vault, where, amongst other things, we explore some of the coolest design and culture from 1930 to 1980. And today we're twisting the knobs on a classic that ignited childhood creativity, the Etch A Sketch. Not an American invention, the Etch A Sketch was conceived in the late 50s by an electrician named André Cassagnes in France. And listen, I'm not really a technically minded kind of guy, but when researching this, I read several different accounts on how he was inspired to create the toy. It all sounded like Chinese to me, but suffice it to say, something about a light switch cover, blah, blah, a transparent decal, a pencil, blah, 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 aluminum powder, and bingo, the next thing you know, he creates a mechanical drawing toy that he calls l'écran magique, or the magic screen. It shows in the Nuremberg Toy Fair in Germany in 1959, and it bombs. Mainly because he's asking $100 grand for the licensing rights in 1959. Then, after a year of stewing over the fact that no one wants his very cool but very expensive invention, the Ohio Art Company sees it at the New York Toy Show, talks him down to $25,000, does a little re-engineering, changes the name to the snappy and memorable Etch A Sketch, and rushes it into production. It launched in the US in July of '60 at a retail price of $2.99. And what made the Etch A Sketch a sensation? Television. Both in design and in marketing. In appearance, it had a red plastic housing with a screen where you would create your own pictures on. And in Cassagnes' original design, the drawing directions were controlled by a joystick, but in a brilliant move, Ohio Art replaced the stick with two dial knobs right below the screen that were marked horizontal and vertical, just like the dials on Mommy and Daddy's TV. Inside, aluminum powder clung to the screen, and a stylus on crosshatch monofilament wire scraped a line in the powder as it was dialed back and forth or up and down. And if you worked both knobs at once, with practice and patience, you could make curves and diagonals. So playing with it felt like you were tuning in a television set, only you didn't have to plug it in and there were no batteries. And the funnest part was when you were done with a picture, or if you messed something up, you just turned it upside down, gave it a few shakes to redistribute the powder, and like magic, your image was erased. For the marketing aspect, Ohio Art invested heavily in a major TV advertising campaign, which was a rather new tactic for toys at that time. And the TV commercials for the TV-looking toy worked. The Etch A Sketch turned into the must-have toy for the 1960 Christmas season. They sold a staggering 600,000 units by the end of that first year. The Etch A Sketch is far more than a mid-century fad. It's reached the heights of both art and competitive sport. Take Cleveland's own George Vlosich III, for instance. He's been etching since he was 10 years old, and his originals sell for thousands. And then there's Jane Labowitz, aka Princess Etch, who won the 2015 Sketch Madness competition and runs a popular TikTok account. And just a year after Princess Etch's victory, Ohio Art sold the Etch A Sketch to the Canadian company Spin Master. And Etch A Sketch is in very good hands with Spin Master, who currently manufactures the beloved product by using 86% recycled materials. Since 1960, over 100 million units have been sold worldwide. It's ingrained itself in pop culture. It was inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame in 1988, and it even attained stardom as the animated character Etch in the movie Toy Story, giving the toy a massive sales boost for a whole new generation. And beyond all that, the very phrase Etch A Sketch has become a metaphor in business for quickly and completely discarding a plan or an idea. You just shake it up and start fresh. Well, gang, that concludes another look through the shelves in the Mid-Century Vault. I hope you get as much out of these visits as I do. Have you subscribed yet? You could be subscriber number 1,000. Until next time, don't shake this episode upside down. I really don't want to be erased.